cross changes. Back then, when people liked my Instagram posts, I would get really giddy, tingly, and excited. I'm Lisette, and I racked up $10,000 of debt trying to become an Instagram influencer. I remember anytime I would post travel content, it performed the best. So I spent a lot of money going to places in the Southwest like Austin, Texas, Nashville. I had no actual interest in Nashville. I don't listen to country music, and then I was like, but the Nashville wall is so pretty. I spent about $700 on a plane ticket, and when I went, I took a ton of pictures. Posting something and seeing the ticker of likes and comments, it almost became like an addiction. This little space is where I keep designer bags that I kept over the years. This red one would be the $1,000 bag that I spent money on. This is fun. I bought this shirt twice. I loved it so much I bought it twice. When I first started having an Instagram presence, it was really about just showing off experiences. Here's a cool flat lay of a restaurant. Here's a place I'm traveling to. Here's a cool new outfit. So this bag is the bag that I had spent over $1,000 on. One of the first big ticket items I bought was a Louis Vuitton bag. It was something I wanted to post immediately, and so I did. When I went to go photograph this to share it on my Instagram, I actually went to a Chipotle that was nearby and put the bag against a brick wall and took this photo. So it was kind of like champagne dreams on a Chipotle budget. I was really just purchasing it because I wanted to share it with the world versus enjoying it for myself. So whenever I traveled, I would take a Polaroid with me. This is DC, Nashville, Germany. In the past 3 years, I've traveled to 12 countries and more than 120,000 miles of just back and forth air travel. That's 5 times around Earth. I remember my first salary being $30,000. So spending $400 on clothes every month or taking $1,000 trips every so often is definitely something that kind of salary could not afford. I accrued about $8,000 to $12,000 of debt on my credit cards. That doesn't include things I spent anyway with my cash. I had about 6 credit cards and about 3 retail credit cards. Every time I got a new card, it's because I maxed out one of them. One card that I have a 2017 statement where it's at about $3,000. Another card at $1,300. The highest one I'm seeing is $4,376.69. It wasn't until I could finally kind of look at them this way that I realized it's a lot more debt than I thought about. A lot of these purchases, a lot of these travel, were really just to show it off on Instagram. When I was getting out of debt, I definitely had a ton of side hustles. Instagram was something that was growing, so I could make a couple $100s off of that. I tried to freelance consult. I sold a lot of clothes on things like Poshmark. I also loved dog sitting. I love dogs. Fast forward, you can see March of 2018, one card is at 0, another one is at 200, another one is at 0. It took me about 18 months to get out of debt completely, and that was just a result of paying my credit card bills as a priority to everything else. So that's a photo shoot trick if you're shooting in the cold. You put the hand warmers in. Oh, I don't even have sunglasses. It's a really guerrilla photo shoot here. I grew about 15,000 followers just through telling my story about being in debt and coming out of it and the pressures of social media. Wait, let me just check the lighting. When you look at my career today, I definitely would not be where I am if I had not created an Instagram and blog presence for myself. People wanted to use me for my back-end experience of being an influencer. I didn't regret the places I traveled to or the restaurants I ate at, but I could have waited to do that when it didn't feel like a burden. It's just paying for a lifestyle that's above your means.
Oh, we're gonna die.
You want people to think you're living the most glamorous New York life, and just all the pressures of social media that make you just continuously spend. I think that's the most dangerous, when you're spending without really noticing.